Hi and welcome to our countdown of the top 8 fastest production cars in the world. Speed and performance have always been a key factor in the automotive industry. People are always fascinated by speed and there are always arguments on what the fastest cars are. Today, we hope to settle that with this list. At number 8 comes the standard Bugatti Chiron. Introduced in 2016 as a replacement for the Veyron, the Chiron retains the quad-turbo W16 engine, but power was upgraded to 1,479 horsepower and 1,180 Nm of torque. The Chiron's top speed is officially limited to 261 miles per hour, which is a bit below the Veyron Super Sport. On the other hand, the Chiron Super Sport tops the list with more than 300 miles per hour, so we know there's plenty of potential under the hood. At number 7, we have the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. It may be 17 years old as of January 2023, but it's still among the fastest supercars ever built. Actually, the record set by Bugatti in 2010 places the Veyron in this list with a top speed of 267.8 miles per hour. This benchmark was achieved with a beefed-up model called the Veyron Super Sport. Bugatti built a special run of 30 cars called World Record Edition to celebrate the event, but these vehicles are limited to 258 miles per hour to protect the tires. The Super Sport was also the most powerful version of the Veyron at the time, with its 8.0-liter W16 engine rated at 1,184 horsepower, 197 more than the regular model. At number 6 comes the Hennessy Venom GT. This was introduced in 2011 and remained in production until 2017. Despite the seemingly long run, only 13 cars were built. Based on the Lotus Exige, the extensively modified Venom GT features a twin-turbo, 7.0-liter V8 engine under the hood. Based on General Motors' LS7 V8, the unit pumps out up to 1,244 horsepower and 1,155 Nm of torque. The Venom GT hit its highest top speed in February 2014, when it reached 270.4 miles per hour on Kennedy Space Center's shuttle landing strip in Florida. Although the speed was higher than the world record at the time, it did not qualify for the Guinness Book of Records because Hennessy's run was in a single direction. Also, the limited production run of only 13 cars went against Guinness rules. In the top 5 is the Koenigsegg Agera RS. The most powerful version of the Agera RS, became the world's fastest car on November 2017, when Koenigsegg hit an average speed of 277.9 miles per hour with its twin-turbo 5.0 V8 engine. The record lasted less than 2 years, but the Agera RS still owns a handful of benchmarks, including acceleration from 0 to 200 miles per hour, braking from 200 to 0 miles per hour, and 0 to 200 miles per hour and back to full stop. Unlike Bugatti, Koenigsegg didn't build a limited edition version of the Agera RS to celebrate the record, but the RS itself was limited to 25 units. The SSC Tuatara comes in the 4th place. It's not uncommon to see the controversy surrounding top speed records, especially when it comes to breaking the once mythical and downright impossible 300 mph barrier. It all started in October 2020 when the SSC Tuatara supposedly hit a high speed of 331 miles per hour, which would have made it the fastest car in the world by a long shot. However, it took mere hours before people started pointing out discrepancies in the videos. As SSC was still anxious to prove that the Tuatara is the fastest car in the world, it made a second attempt. Unfortunately, that second attempt wasn't as good as the first, but it did set an official record of 282.6 miles per hour, pushing it up above a number of cars. Although there have been a lot of controversies surrounding the SSC Tuatara's top speed in the past, it looks like we finally have a conclusion. The automaker decided to put it all to bed by attempting one other run and putting all skeptics to rest as it touched 295 miles per hour, thus beating its own record and claiming the 4th spot on this list of the fastest cars in the world. In the 3rd place we have the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300+. The standard Bugatti Chiron is already among the fastest cars in the world with a top speed of around 261 miles per hour. But the Bugatti engineers wanted to set a new record, so they created an even more potent beast. Bugatti took the slightly more powerful quad-turbo, 8.0-liter W16 engine from the Centodieci, rated at 1,578 horsepower, 99 more than the standard Chiron, added longer gear ratios to the gearbox, and crafted a revised aerodynamic package that increases the car's length by almost 10 inches. The modified car hit a top speed of 304.7 miles per hour. To celebrate the event, Bugatti built a production model based on the prototype called the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. This car is limited to 30 units, enough to validate the speed record with the Guinness World Records. The Hennessy Venom F5 takes the second place. The Texas-based tuner decided to give it a shot at making a car from the scratch. It came up with the Venom GT back in 2011 and stayed in production until 2017, although only 17 cars were built. In 2016, it's when we got to know that Hennessy is working on the GT successor, which is going to be even better than the model it replaces. In all honesty, the successor didn't disappoint. Called the Venom F5, the supercar featured a brand new 6.6-liter V8 engine with a 7-speed gearbox that churned out over 1,800 horsepower and close to 1,200 Newton-meters of torque. The tuner automaker claims that the Venom F5 can sprint to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds and will have a top speed of 311 miles per hour. It has been improving in each of its runs, with the last one at NASA's runway in Florida clocking 271.6 miles per hour. But Hennessy is not done yet and plans to reach its ultimate goal of 311 miles per hour, so we won't rule it out just yet. Do you think the Hennessy Venom F5 will be able to achieve the 311 miles per hour milestone? Let us know in the comments below. And finally, in the first place, we have Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. Just when you thought that Jesko was the ultimate machine from the Swedish automaker, it decided to come up with a hyper version of the supercar with the Absolute suffix. The Jesko Absolute was revealed in 2020 and the company worked on its aerodynamics and high-speed road behavior to make it unbelievably fast. It boasts a drag coefficient of just 0.278, courtesy of changes like an extended rear hood, covered rear wheels, and a lowered suspension. It misses out on front wheel louvers and the massive rear wings. Also to note, the front hood air ducts are closed. It has a 5.0-liter V8 twin-turbo engine with 1,600 horsepower and it costs $2.8 million. Absolute Jesko has a top speed of 330 miles per hour. But it must be noted that this is a theoretical top speed and the car hasn't achieved it in reality yet. So there you have it, the top 8 fastest production cars in the world. Do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more Top 10s videos.